Hello, I'm fake young Stanley Kubrick. Great to be here on Lunch Therapy. Welcome to Barefoot Tuesday. We will be having a wonderful time. We are going to actually look at a great feminist art show, hear Kamala Lopez talk about the ERA, spend time with some warm cows, perhaps see some tarantulas with just Jay, play a game or two, and do a virtual walk through the Thing Music Festival. All on Joel Marshall's Lunch Therapy. So kick off your shoes, let's get into this thing.
Very excited. We're out here in the ship, this ship that we rented from Enterprise Rent-A-Ship, and we are out here looking for Blas. I don't know where he is. Do you know where he is? Do you know where he is? I don't know, but I've got my friend here, Elephant Head. His name is actually Mark. Say hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. Yeah. Anyway, great show today. We're going to find Blas eventually. I know you know that he will show up soon, so don't worry. It's Barefoot Tuesday. Make sure that you kick your shoes off. Did you take your shoes off? Oh, yeah, he did. Okay. So let's get into this thing. Barefoot Tuesday. Lunch Therapy.
Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy.
I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 All right. Yes, we're now in Lunch Therapy. This is your therapist, Joel Marshall. I am so happy to be here. And where I'm going to therapize you today with some various things, as young Stanley Kubrick, young fake Stanley Kubrick said at the beginning of the show. We are going to have a jam-packed show with lots of surprises. This weekend, we screened the film SAG Up, which is Stand Up at the SAG Actors Strike and the Writers Guild Strike. We screened it at the Show and Tell Screening Spectacular, put on by Seth Word and Kyle Helf. We had a great audience. It was packed. You know, it was their 9th anniversary, so it was super packed, and everybody was so happening. SAG Up was such a strong film, it broke the projector. Yeah, it just halfway through the film just couldn't handle the power anymore, the power of the actor, and stopped, and then they had to start it again. Lots of laughs. Rob Gill was there. Rob Gill was on the show. Judd Nelson was there, also was on an Interview Friday. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Kamala Lopez, of course. And then, if that's not enough, on Sunday, all the hummingbirds descended upon the Equal Means Equal Moby Arts City of West Hollywood Feminist Art Show opening, and we're going to have a whole segment on that today, so you can check it out. For those of you that are not here in Los Angeles, those of you who are here in Los Angeles, you got to come down and see this thing. It's worth coming down to see. It's in West Hollywood. Hoy! SAG Up was great. Thanks, Lalita. I appreciate that. We're chopping it up into little pieces out there on YouTube so people can see it. Really excited about that. We're going to be doing more of that public stand-up in the coming days. We're going to work on some material today, hopefully. Some of the hummingbirds that came out to the show, the art show, Celia Lorenzo, Richard Gaddis, Mary Marks, Alexander Lorenzo, Andy Hirsch, Kate Connor, and of course, as you saw in the beginning, Jose Salas. So that's super fun. Let's get into some breathing. I say that like a question. Let's get into some breathing with healing vibrations. We got the healing vibrations going on here. Bonnie, could you turn it down a little bit? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm really happy today because my microphone is working. Last Tuesday, I started the show, wasn't even working at all. It was crazy. It wasn't Bonnie's fault. I just want to let you know. Today, we've got 4 hours of spiritually healing music. Of course, we're not going to play all the 4 hours, but I wanted you to see this. He's got some chimes. On the show, we breathe at the top of the show. A lot of times we breathe to our favorite YouTube channel, Healing Vibrations. Let's take in a breath. Equal Means Equal says, it was so great to see everyone at the art show. Yeah, I can't wait to show you the film that Equal Means Equal has put together. We're going to premiere that here about the art show. Thank you, hummingbirds, for coming out. I got a little emotional thinking about it, I'll tell you. All the hummingbirds that came out. So cool. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I'm feeling better. I've got such a dynamic, rich show for you today that I'm a little bit overexcited. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Which brings up the question, can you be overexcited? Is there such a thing as overexcited? I suppose you could overheat. I suppose you could have a heart attack or something, but I think in general, overexcited seems like a good place to be. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Just Jay, our roving reporter from Kansas, a comedian, an up-and-comer, a regular on the show, is going to provide us with some footage, hopefully, of some tarantulas. She's on an expedition in Colorado with her husband, Denny. Hopefully, we're going to see some tarantulas later on in the show. But now, a little musical therapy. This is Aki-Ra Sunrise. He plays the handpan and the water drum, these drums that he makes. Love this guy. Feel free to move about. This is not the dance break, but it's good to get your endocrine system flowing. Because you know your endocrine system doesn't have a pump like your heart. Good to loosen up the joints. Not that kind of joint. I love the sky in this one. So dramatic. Some of you might be wondering, where's Blas? I'm wondering that too. I'm with you, right here with you. Living the life. I love that Just Jay is going to go see Pam Palmieri up there in Michigan, do her first stand-up. So looking forward to that. We have a lot of things to look forward to. The summer is maybe coming to a close. September is beginning. Football season is starting. Richard Gaddis is here. Nice to see you, Richard. It was great to see you at the opening on Sunday. It's beautiful. And also, God, I gotta be quiet because this is great. Howard, yeah, in the nest. I feel like I'm filling up with this music. Just filling up. Carry it with me through the day, right? Silo, where's any idea where Blas is? Blas Lorenzo? Have to go find him. Okay, we're gonna be moving on. Go anytime you want to see Aki-Ra Sunrise on YouTube, on his YouTube channel. There's a link in the show notes. Beautiful stuff. I gotta get back into the aircraft. Okay, we're back in the aircraft. We're looking for Blas. We don't know where he is. I mean, I have no idea. Do you know? Do you know? I gotta drive this thing. Wait. Oh, you driving it too? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into the Feminist art show. So we've got this great video that Kamala Lopez made. I like the music in the background. Thank you very much, Ladlitha. So great to have you here. Yes, technical difficulties, but he is at his post and he can hear me. That's great. Okay. Let's get into this thing. This is the Feminist Art Show. I didn't mention Liz Lopez was there, Kamala's mom, and that was great to have her there too. Kamala gave a speech. We're going to have a little bit of it here. You'll see a lot of us in this roving reporter, Kamala Lopez, at the Feminist Art Show. Equal Means Equal, Moby Arts, Natalie Gonzalez, and the West Hollywood Chamber of Commerce? No, West Hollywood? The city of West Hollywood, the whole city helped put this thing on, and it shows.
Feminist Art Show here at Plummer Park in West Hollywood. We're super excited to be featuring 8 fantastic female artists, all in service of the Equal Rights Amendment. Thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy the show. My name is Kamala Lopez, and I'm the president of Equal Means Equal. I would love to thank the City of West Hollywood, the City Council, and the Women's Advisory Board for making this show possible. The ERA Feminist Art Show serves as a platform for female artists to share their unique perspectives, experiences, and speak their truth. It reminds us of the power of art in driving social change. The goal of our show is to celebrate the talents of an exceptional group of female artists while educating the public on the Equal Rights Amendment, the urgent need for progress in women's rights, and the importance of civic engagement. The exhibit showcases the talent, creativity, and resilience of artists exploring diverse themes, including equality, feminism, gender identity, social justice, and the ongoing struggle for women's equality. Presently, female artists are systematically shut out of the upper echelons of the art world and vastly underrepresented in art museums, shows, and collections. In the United States, over 85% of the artwork displayed in museums are created by white male artists. So while nearly 70% of fine arts degrees are earned by women, and nearly 50% of visual artists today are women, a woman's work sells for around 40% less on average than a man's. Of the close to $200 billion spent on art auctions between 2008 and 2019, work produced by women accounted for only around 2% of the total sales. In fact, when a man signs a piece of art, the value goes up, and when a woman signs it, the value goes down. Whether it's life imitating art or vice versa, the gender gap in the art world and the wider world remains a chasm where women take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, trapped in a never-ending cycle of piecemeal progress with constantly moving goalposts. The fact of the matter is, from the moment they are born until they take their last breath, women in this country are legally second-class citizens, and until they have equal rights and protections in the Constitution, they will remain so. Without the bedrock foundation of federal equality under law, we will keep fighting these same battles repeatedly. This is why the Equal Rights Amendment's publication and adoption is of such paramount importance. It would compel the U.S. government to provide women and LGBTQ people with equal rights and protections under all our laws, and it will begin to unravel the centuries of normalized discrimination experienced in our society on the basis of sex or gender. In January of 2020, Virginia became the final state needed to ratify the ERA. Once 38 states ratify an amendment, Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution states the amendment shall be adopted. Yet the ERA remains in limbo. Both former President Trump and present President Biden refused to uphold the law and publish the amendment. This is the first time in our nation's history that a duly ratified amendment has been blocked from publication. It is also the first federal law that would finally provide 180 million women and the entire LGBTQ community with full equality and the equal protection of our laws. It is critical that the public become aware of this untenable situation and exert pressure on President Biden to publish the ERA well before the election in 2024. We cannot continue to allow women and our allies to be used for votes and support while being jilted and abandoned when they most need the federal government to step up and do the right thing. This world is big enough for all of us, and women and the LGBTQ community are proud to take up space in it with love, joy, creativity, and hope. By bringing together this collection of thought-provoking and visually stunning artwork, Equal Means Equal seeks to inspire dialogue, promote inclusivity, and advocate for a more equitable future for all. We believe in the power of art. We believe in the power of the people, the power of equality. We hope these works of art inspire you to expect and demand constitutional equality for yourself and for all of us. Because equal means equal.
That was awesome, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Mark? That was cool, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mark doesn't talk. I mean, I don't know why you expect an elephant to talk, but we're still looking for Blah, still roaming around. You can go see that art show anytime between now and September 27th. The link is in the show notes. Please stop by. It's a super nice park. The art is incredible, and it's great to see it in person. And you can pick up prints. You can buy the artwork. So just come on down to Plummer Park. There's some pickleball going on there too, which Mark and I, we don't play pickleball. So now it's time for the roving reporter from Just Jay, and then we're going to go right into the Trash Panda Comedy Club. It's going to be exciting. You're welcome. Thanks for making that video. That was some high quality stuff. Great message. We usually don't do politics on the show, but this is not politics. This is life. Oh, and the show is free, by the way. Free. Claster fan is here. Yeah, Rob. I'm going to say it. Rob. Yeah. Good to see you. All right, let's get this thing going.
Good morning, everybody. This is Jay, your roving reporter. I am on a desolate highway called Highway 10 in southern Colorado. And what Denny and I are up to is looking for tarantulas. The migrating season is just starting, and even though they like evenings, we are giving it a try as we travel back home. We're going to stay on the back roads. Now, for instance, I'm going to show you something. I kind of know what to look for. Do you see that web there? Maybe there's a tarantula in that hole. I'm not sure. Am I going to poke at it? I don't know. But just stay tuned and let's see if we see a big old tarantula today. Joel, back to you.
All right. Yeah. I want to see. Mark, did you find Blas? Because now we're out in space. I mean, this is kind of far out, but did you find him? No. Maybe. I don't know. Blas? Boney? Is Blas around? Oh my gosh! There he is.
He's got me.
Whoa.
He's got me.
Wow, Boney found you, I guess. How are you doing?
Dude, leave it up to Boney, man. You know
He is something, man. He can
Let me
find.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
Boney, do you guys hear echo?
No,
Am I echoing at all?
no. You sound a little weird. But not so bad. It's great to have you here.
What about now?
We were all.
Do I sound like I'm echoing now? Now?
Now.
Is there
Why,
echo?
are you trying to make an echo now? Is that what you're doing?
No.
The show is rolling along, and I'm so glad to have you here, Blas, because I need somebody in the Trash Panda Comedy Club. What?
I almost missed the ship, dude. It was so
I know.
close. Boney was taking off, and I
Amazing.
was screaming and yelling, ah!
Boney, great job. Great job.
That guy, he's pretty amazing.
I wish I had some slow banjo that I could play for him, because that's his favorite kind of music, slow banjo. Did you know that?
Banjo, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't
He
think
just
I've
loves
heard his favorite tune though. I mean, I've heard slow
he
banjo.
started out with Steve Martin's slow banjo on the Steve Martin Brothers, and he's just been going ever since. Yeah.
Did you just say the Steve Martin Brothers?
The Steve Martin Brothers. Remember that album?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great album. First, Steve Martin, he's like a comedian, and he makes 3 albums, all these huge smash hits, and he comes out with the 4th, and it's got comedy on the one side, other side, slow banjo.
Slow banjo.
So take some boobs, man. Hey, I wanted to start this new thing where instead of saying, wow, he's got balls or she's got balls, you say, she's got boobs, man. Boobs.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be
she's
good?
got boobs.
Is that progressive?
I
or
like
is that...
it. I like it a lot.
I think it's pretty good.
I like
I mean, we're going to have to take a poll or something to see if that's... Because this
I
whole
like
balls
it.
thing...
I don't know how other people are going to feel about it, but for me,
but
I think
the great thing about it is it's universal, because men have boobs and women have boobs. And so, and they're symbols of power, right?
Yeah, but my boobs are like women boobs.
Well, is that a bad thing? Maybe it's a good thing.
I don't know. It's just because it depends on where my weight's fluctuating.
Too many hormones. Too many hormones in the food.
Too many What's the female hormone?
Estrogen?
Testosterone? Is it
Estrogen?
testosterone?
I think I said it. All right, let's get in the Trash Panda Comedy Club because it's turning
Say it
into
at the same
a
time.
fiasco.
Therapy.
All right, everybody. Yeah. Woo! It's great to be here in the Trash Panda Comedy Club. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah. It's so great to be here. I am hearing a little bit of an echo of myself through Bloss's thing. That is probably what you were talking about. But anyway, it's fine. It's totally fine. I can work in any club. I can work in the Trash Panda Comedy Club. I can work. I can play Wembley Stadium if I have to. I mean, that would be
Tennis? You play tennis?
no, is that Wembley Stadium? Oh, is that tennis? Definitely not tennis. Don't even get me started on tennis. Hey, Bloss, I've been watching this show on Netflix called How to Be a Cult Leader. Have you seen it?
I saw the thumbnail. I clicked on it,
Yeah.
and as it started to come up, I got out real fast because I
Yeah,
didn't want it. I felt like they was going to say something and it was going to lock me in, and then
It's
it wouldn't
such
be able to get
great.
away.
Yeah, then you'd be like mesmerized by the cult leader. It is some great stuff, I'll tell you. I've been looking for instruction on how to be a cult leader, and now finally they have it, just available at Netflix. Right?
It's
I
actually
mean, that's cool.
instruction, right? How to be a cult leader.
Yeah, and
It's an instructional video. Wow.
yeah, they go through all the cults. They go through Om Shinrikyo. We had that on the show. Om Shinrikyo was a Japanese cult where they blew up the subway or tried to gas everybody on the subway. They had the Heaven's Gate cult, and that was the one with tea and dough where they all went off. You know, they all took some kind of poison and then they took off
they're
to space.
They're
right?
supposed to go into they're supposed to go to Heaven's
Hey, who
Gate.
says they didn't? Who says they didn't? You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
say it. I said
Are
they're
you saying they
supposed-
didn't?
supposed to.
And
I
then
said they're supposed
Jonestown, the original drink the Kool-Aid
to. Kool-Aid.
cult, yeah.
Do you
Nexium, they
remember
even, yeah.
you remember how that looked when they panned across and everybody was just lying down taking a nap
Remember the Time magazine cover?
forever?
I'll never be
Yeah, nap.
forever changed by receiving the
forever.
Time magazine in the mail and seeing just a bunch of dead people. Horrible. And they even touched
Did they
on the
have
Nexium cult.
The
What?
latest guy? Did they have the latest one? With the guy where
The
he
latest-
had all
Nexium?
these women?
Nexium cult.
Yeah, that one. Did they have that in there?
They touch on it a little bit, but they even talk about Manson, the Manson cult. Yeah.
That's
It's
the Patty
narrated
Bush one,
by Peter Dinklage, and his voice is just so
right?
incredible.
Peter
Right?
Dinklage's voice is quite amazing.
It's pretty cool. I think it's
Very
weird though that they're skipping the most prominent cult. You know, I mean the one that's here in Los Angeles. You see all the buildings all
The
around.
one that has its own television network.
The one, you know, the one I'm talking about is
I know
Trader
the
Joe's.
one.
Trader Joe's.
No.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's with the
You know?
Hawaiian shirts and everybody's in a good mood and happy.
Yeah.
That cult.
You know,
Very
I mean, I've been a member of the Trader Joe's cult for a while. I didn't even remember when I got into the cult. You know,
That's how good the cult was.
Yeah, I think it was probably it snuck into my life with a tub of small chocolate chip cookies. There was just, you know what I mean? And
The
you're
plastic
just,
tub, the round tub,
Plastic
with the chocolate
tub, right?
chip, the little
And you're like,
chocolate chip.
you know, it was something that I just didn't even know that I needed. But then I just needed it. And, you know, maybe the other thing that got me into it was the tiny Dixie cup of free coffee that you just go in there, you just go over the coffee bar, they give you a free cup of coffee that you go around through the Trader Joe's and you spill it as you go.
And you drink it and you're super awake when you leave that store.
It's
And all
all
you can
over
think about
the
is
cart.
The dill flavored popcorn.
Yeah. Richard Gaddis says, in San Francisco, we had the Moonies. Remember them? They are also in the documentary. It's so true.
Really?
So true. But they totally skipped the Trader Joe's. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's some kind of
You think
inside job
they're-
conspiracy thing.
Well, do you think that they have fear?
I think they're scared. Yeah, they're scared that they're going to come after
Maybe
them.
they're afraid
You
that
know, we're
they're-
not scared. Don't be surprised though if this whole channel and this whole section of YouTube is like suddenly disappears off, off the radar.
Shut down from the
Shut
Trader
down.
Joe.
You know, later my addiction developed into like a full-blown addiction. I began doing all kinds of different butters. You know, I started with organic peanut butter and then almond butter. And then I even did some like perverted things. I ate something called speculoos cookie butter. Have you heard of it? I mean,
Yes, I have heard of it.
I didn't even know
What-
that. I didn't even know the
what
cookie.
was in that?
I didn't even know the cookie buttered. Did you? I mean, I
Dude,
knew
what was
peanuts
in-
buttered. And then
What
there
was
was
in that?
alcoholism. You know, I got into the whole alcoholism with the Barefoot wine and the Orange Boom beer. Yeah, they had this beer. They have beers, and it's weird because this is a supermarket where you don't see the products anywhere else, which is kind of interesting, right? I mean, they got to completely control the market on these things. One time, I even dyed my hair orange, just in the honor of the Orange Boom beer. That's how much I got into it.
I can't even say that word.
I know. I was just drunk on the power of the cult. I even started drinking, in the cult, we call it $2 chucks. You know, we got our lingo,
That stuff will get you going, dude. The Sauvignon Blanc. Oh,
bottle
man.
of wine. You know, so I started to have our own language. You know, I memorized all the aisles. I could go into a Trader Joe's blindfolded, and I'd still be able to pick up all the things that I need to pick up. And
Can you pick
luckily,
out a pint of ube ice cream?
luckily, I don't need to go in there. It's weird. Everything, I don't need to go in there blindfolded.
Is that the new one in Burbank? Well, not new, but
I don't
only a
know,
couple
man.
years
They're
old.
everywhere. Do you know they're in 43 states now? They're clearing the planet.
They're spreading out, dude.
Yeah.
They're coming after
And everything in the store now, it starts to turn to Trader Joe's. It starts to become Trader Joe's product. You know, they start to suck in the products too. I've regularly OD'd on bags of something called Pirate's Booty. Have you seen that?
Pirate's Booty.
And I'm not the only one too. You know.
It's like a gourmet cheese puff.
Yeah. It's just it's Cheetos, but it's like special somehow.
Oh, it's got that special Kool-Aid flavor pack in there.
Kool-Aid. Yeah. So I started to go to my friend's house. They all had the same products that I had. And then, I would visit relatives like in another state, and they were a member of the cult too. Equal means equal says speculoos is very addictive. Addictive. I think the whole thing is addictive, right? I mean, we were actually brainwashed into thinking that it was health food. There were people that just got totally confused, started thinking it was health food. This Mandarin orange chicken. I knew a guy that's all he ate was the Mandarin orange chicken from Trader Joe's. Another friend just had bags and bags of organic Tuscan kale, whatever that is, and just some of it just goes bad in the refrigerator. You don't even eat it. You know what I mean? But there is nothing healthy about a bucket of dark chocolate covered, I don't know, coffee
Dark
beans?
chocolate.
Is that what they do?
Blah, blah,
Coffee
blah, blah.
beans? But I haven't even talked about the people that work there. I started thinking like maybe I need to get a job here because I need to be here more often, So I was thinking, I started looking at the people there that work there, and I started to see, just like in a cult, they're like super happy. They're like abnormally happy. They're working this menial labor job, but it's like they're loving it. They're loving it.
Ugh.
And I don't know if they signed like a billion-year contract or what's going on. But now they're really, really going to get us. Because what happened is my wife Kamala and I, we went to the store and we got all our Trader Joe's stuff in the cart, and we're at the cashiers at the one in Hollywood. And Kamala says to the cashier lady, who looks like, I don't know, she could be somebody's mom. And there's a very tall guy bagging the groceries over there with like brown scraggly hair. And Kamala just walks right up there and says, I hear you're all having sex with each other. I know. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I'm like, Kamala, you can't say that. And the cashier lady, she said, it's true. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, apparently they're all having sex with each other over there. Yeah.
In
She
those
gave it like
Hawaiian
a
shirts?
yeah. She's in Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, they're all wearing the same uniform.
No.
We are. It's true. Anyway, this has been the Trash Panda Comedy Club, and thank you all for coming. We're gonna move on with the show. Boney, can you take the mic?
Did we tell people about how well the festival went for you? Did we talk about that
Oh
last week?
yeah, I talked about it while we were looking for you in the woods. Yeah, we can talk about
Oh,
it.
that's right. That's right. You're with oh my gosh, I can't remember her name right now. I feel like I'm not gonna say her name though. Wildlife therapy. Yeah, Marshall. Right.
This is a very special animal.
Boney, I'm in the corner, Boney.
Yeah, you're in the corner. That's where you're supposed to be. Don't
No,
put
no, yeah.
Blassie in the corner. Don't put Blassie in the corner. We're gonna have a contest after this.
Are you?
Hell yeah, we're gonna have a little contest.
Is this Pisces?
No, not about this. This is what do you ask Celia what this is? She knows. Celia, this is one of her favorite things, and this is why I have it on the show. Because I was like, are there furry cows?
What are those things?
They're furry cows.
That's just what we're just gonna call them furry cows.
No, they're actually called Highland cattle. They're from Scotland.
Scotland?
They're cows with, well, maybe bulls, I guess, with big horns. Those horns are indicative of this particular breed of cattle. Let's just call them cattle. Comes from the Scottish Highlands and the Western Highlands of Scotland. Bloss, are you part Scottish?
Just a quarter.
Yeah,
Quarter Scottish.
me
Yeah.
too.
My aunt.
I'm
Scottish.
I'm part Scottish. Let's see what the Cult of the Hummingbird is saying. Looks like a hippie buffalo. It does look like a hippie. They have these up in San Francisco. Richard Gaddis says, I've recently joined the Costco cult. I now have an insatiable need to buy 5 items, 5 times the quantity that I really need. Yeah. That's the thing about Costco. Oh. Speculous. It's very addictive. You've had it? You've had it? I don't remember ever actually having it.
No.
Speculous. Cookie butter. Have you had it, Bless?
Those things are
Speculous?
creepy. Have I had
You think they're creepy? Yeah, have you had the
look. At first, I thought that was one
Oh,
face.
look at that tongue! Look at the tongue!
Scared me.
They're cute as all get out. What are you talking about? I think everybody
They can't see. They're blind.
everyone in the chat room wants to have one of these. Look at it. They have special skills. Special tongue skills.
They're blind, dude.
They were just in Scotland, and then they started bringing them different places. They imported them to Canada in the 1880s. I actually have facts about this. The Honorable Donald A. Smith, Lord Straconia of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and Robert Campbell of Strathclair, Manitoba, imported 1 bull each into Canada. They came into Finland.
They didn't get sick or nothing?
They're perfect for the cold weathers, the Carl weathers. They're cute. They like cheese. See? They have them up in San Francisco. I'm surprised you haven't seen them.
I've seen a lot of things, man, and I'll tell you that I would try to remember. As high as I probably was, I should remember that face. That's some face, dude.
It is cool though. They have 2 coats. They have a longer, oily outer hair coat, and then they have this fluffy down coat underneath it. Layers. She says they're very alert. Look at that guy. I mean, that's kind of sexy what he's doing there, right? Isn't that kind of a sexy thing?
You mean his yawn, his head turn yawn?
The way he's turning his head. You know, if
kind
you
of
do that, like,
brooding,
look
his
when I do
brooding.
it. Look how sexy it is when I do it.
Yeah, it's got some appeal. You're right.
A little
You're
crazy
right.
looking.
It's like the little. I thought you were gonna twist your mustache there.
It's a little. You're right. It's like maybe it's villainous. Villainous. They're actually not that tall. How tall do you think they are?
Oh, 4 feet, 5 feet tall.
3.5 feet tall. So I could have one
3.5
here.
feet.
Yeah.
It's like a large dog.
Yeah, it's like a large dog, but they weigh up to 1,800 pounds.
Oh, that's a large dog.
And because they have so much fur, they don't have to have as much fat. So the meat is very lean, and they also don't, they're very slender as far as cows go.
You can't really tell how big they are because there's nothing to compare it to. They're all
right.
same size.
There aren't any people nearby.
And the tree, can't even use the tree as a comparison because you don't know where that tree ends.
We need like a penny. Here, I've got a nickel. Here's what they are compared to a nickel.
We need like Peter Dinklage to stand next to it.
I wish we had Peter Dinklage narrating this. That guy could narrate the crap out of things. That's part of the best part of the show. I think it's his
movie? Yeah.
His kind of, he just enjoys it so much, and he commits to the thing.
His voice is amazing.
He's
got an
incredible.
amazing authority in his voice.
Oh God, I love it. All right.
He'll be like, dance for me like a jester. Okay.
Yeah, I will.
You like this? Is that good? Is that good? Is that good?
I don't know how. I got to work on my jester dance. All right, so I need one of those little things, right?
Like a puppet.
I need that little stick with the little face on it.
Baton.
I want one of those. By the way, thank you very much for this breakaway collar for Charlie. I'm going to put it on him.
Yeah.
And we're going to see how he likes it. And maybe, maybe you'll save his life. I don't know.
Maybe when
look at that little guy.
Chloe.
Oh, yeah.
They could be twinsies.
Does Chloe have one too?
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be cool. Look at that cow up there.
I got one for Chloe and one for Charlie.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Appreciate it.
Look at how well shot that is. Look at how clear it is in the front, and then it's just out of focus in the back.
You know what that's called? Well, it's not really here, but it's called tilt shift. It's where they make a certain portion of the video clear and the outside of it blurry, and it gives you the illusion that it's like a tiny little model. I don't know why it does that, but the mind interprets it that way.
Oh, so it's like a software that's doing it, not the lens of the
camera. You can do it in like Premiere or anything that any of your things that you use. Have you ever seen that? Like in the beginning of Sherlock. Remember the Sherlock Holmes, the British one? In the beginning of that, they had London, but it looked like it was in miniature. And rather than building a miniature London, they just blurred the things, and it's like, wow, it looks like miniature.
So it's like
I've had it on the show before. It's a pretty cool effect, I'll tell you.
You did it with the one time you did 3 images, and it was like a...
I think I have done it like that, right?
Yeah, it's like a field or building or something, and you had...
Yeah.
You focused on the subject.
I did it once with...
a little bit out of focus.
Here we go. There's one. Thanks, Boney.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
See how it looks miniature? And see how it's really just because it's focused in one area and blurred in the other. I love
about miniatures.
Yeah.
And filmmaking is that see when they're at a quarry, right?
Yeah.
They're moving rock around and stuff like that. If you and I were standing next to a hill of rock, we can have dialogue and it'd just be like we were there, and we'd be.
It's great.
We got to get those trucks over to the east side.
We got to start being like full body in this show so that we can be walking around in like weird, environments.
Picking up the little.
Check that out.
Pieces of dirt.
It's cool, right? All right, it's time now for the contest. Hopefully.
God, that doesn't look like a miniature. That looks like.
Kamala loves the furry cows. They are beautiful. We're going to leave the furry cows alone now, and we're going to get into a little contest here. It's kind of fun.
I bet those cows got an odor really that is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Or a scent.
I mean, if I wore a furry coat all the time, I would smell like to high hell, I'll tell you. If I just wore one all the time and never took it off, like a downy one underneath and then like a hairy one on the outside, I would smell like a Sasquatch, you know? I would smell just like a Sasquatch. Hey, look at the new scoreboard. Look at the new scoreboard.
What's going on with that, Bunny?
Isn't that cool, Boney? I love that. I love it, man. They tried to block us.
Cut us off. Yeah, they tried to cut us off.
Look, there's even a picture of Bloss on it.
Look at that. With the hummingbird logo.
Look at that.
I like the silhouette of the hummingbird.
Yeah, I do too. You know, Guignel just ordered like 25 of those shirts. They said Cult of the Hummingbird. They got that hummingbird logo on them. They're super nice. It says Lunch Therapy on the back. I highly recommend that. He's going to be giving some of us those shirts. Maybe you'll get one too. Lalita wants a hamburger with furry cow meat. I hear it's very lean.
Oh.
Very lean.
Ooh.
But they're cute as hell.
It's gamey. It's quite gamey, huh?
No, they say it's really good, actually. You know, and the milk has more butter fat in it. You can make a heck of a lot of speculoos out of that.
More butter fat.
More butter fat, yeah.
I don't know how to decipher that phrase.
Yeah. So all right, let's get into this thing. I'm gonna show you a quote. This, you don't have to cover your eyes or anything. I'm gonna show everybody a quote, and then you're gonna try and guess who said it. This is the old who said it.
Is it a verbal quote or is it a written quote?
It's as they call a verb. Well, I see. Verbal. It'll be verbal and written. If God had written the Bible, the first line should have been, "It's round." That's a good one. Oh, one of them went away already.
Sounds like a George Carlin phrase.
It does, isn't it? Okay, you're going. Are you going with that? Equal means equal says, but how could you? It's horrible.
Weird reason.
Eating that.
Eddie Izzard would say that in the middle of something.
So
you're doing something else, clearly. And then, if God had written the Bible, first line should have been, "It's round."
Oh, that's good. Good impression. I appreciate that. I love impressions on this show. I love Eddie Izzard too.
Not,
did I ever tell you?
Not Arsenio Hall.
Did I ever tell you I was in a sauna? What? What's it? Are you doing Arsenio Hall?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I was in a sauna with Eddie Izzard and Kramer?
Okay, that sounds strange to share.
It sounds like the beginning of a joke, but I was there.
It sounds like the end of a bad...
It was in at the Burke Williams. I was there for my birthday.
Wait, time out. You're serious?
No, I'm serious. Kamala gave me Burke Williams, spa thing where you go. Very uncomfortable for men to go, hang out in a room all sweaty and half naked and whatever. And there's like a pool and then there's like a sauna and there's like a steam room.
With men you don't know.
With men you don't know. And so I go into
You didn't play any sport with them. You didn't grow up with them.
I go into the sauna and there's Eddie Izzard and then there's Kramer and and I'm sitting there just awkwardly. Michael Richards, right? Michael Richards. Yeah, it was before the Michael Richards did the thing over at the Laugh Factory. And and he was talking to Eddie Izzard, maybe this is private. I don't know. It wasn't that big of a deal, though. He was talking about how he had just started doing stand-up again. Because, Michael Richards used to be a stand-up a long time ago. And Eddie Izzard, of course, is one of the greatest stand-ups that ever lived. Hands down, bar none.
Eddie Izzard, his stand-up very similar, like, I look at it like Ricky Gervais, kind of like one-man show is kind of monologue-ish, stand-up-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like he's just out there talking to us.
Yeah. I love him.
About things.
And it's all about history and stuff. And he speaks like, he goes, this is crazy. I'm going to tell you about Eddie Izzard right now. He runs marathons, flies around, runs a marathon, flies, does stand-up, flies. He actually, for a while there during COVID, was running on a treadmill, running marathons on a treadmill while chatting live online. He also does stand-up comedy, whole stand-up comedy routines, all in Russian, all in German. He does different languages. The whole set.
Oh my God.
Like an hour. He's an incredible genius. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. There's some people that have to talk and share like 80% of their time. They're awake.
Yeah, that's him.
You know what I mean?
Him.
They have so much going. I find what's his name similar to that? Russell Brand. That guy could talk, man.
That guy's amazing. The way he talks on his show.
He could get into current issues and the past and talk about history and stuff. Like I was listening to him one time and I was just like, wow, this guy's full of information, man.
He is, and he doesn't really skip a beat either. Okay, here, Equal Means Equal says, that is confusing. What should have been round? Well, of course, the Earth. And I think it was just telling us.
Like if he wrote the Bible.
Wrote the Bible.
It's round.
It's round, like the Earth. Like starting with the basics. Because the Bible starts with the creation of Earth, right?
It will have water and sun and breathing entities.
I was thinking the other day, if aliens came down to this planet, why would they talk to us? They'd be like, they'd go to the dolphins or something. They'd be like, hey, maybe we can help you with your cockroach problem, your human problem. They wouldn't talk to us. Why would they be like, these guys are clearly screwing this thing up? I don't want to talk to them.
You got all these two-legged idiots walking around, messing everything up.
All right, I'm going to just...
They're smoking.
We're going to find out who said this.
Using stuff that has smoke.
Who said this?
Wasting metals and plastics and the aliens.
Right, that's
they're
us.
probably like, what are these guys doing?
What's wrong with these? What's wrong with these bipeds? Who are these people?
They're just living in their own garbage. It's like, what is all that stuff?
What was your guess on this thing?
George Carlin.
Okay.
And
it's between George Carlin. If anybody wants to weigh in from the hummingbirds, now's your chance. I'm gonna give them 4 seconds or whatever. How? 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You say George Carlin?
Yeah, I'm going with George Carlin.
I say Eddie Izzard. Eddie Izzard. After all that Eddie Izzard talk.
It's Eddie Izzard after he watched the George Carlin special.
Yeah. All right, Eddie Izzard after he watched it. He stole it. All right, let's see the next one. Jose said Izzard. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to him.
He got it. Jose
Hell
got
yeah.
it. What's up, Jose?
Jose was
hang
at
out
the
with Jose
art
at
show.
the gallery.
That was fun, right?
Yeah, it was good. Very good.
Here's the next one.
Cool people.
I gotta focus because lots of people are gonna be watching this show after we record it, and they're gonna want to play the game. They're gonna be like, Marshall, what's your problem? Why can't you do this thing? Equal Means Equal says.
Still on question 1.
Rodney Dangerfield. Okay, let's see.
I could tell my parents hated me. My both bath toys were toaster and a radio. God, that's horribly Rodney Dangerfield.
Isn't that great?
Setup and punchline.
I love it.
But it's got a self-defamation Dave Attell appeal to it.
¿Qué pasa, muchacho? ¿Qué pasa, muchacho?
I said defamation. Is it?
He's saying, what's up?
Self-deprecating humor.
Self-defecating humor. That's pretty.
Yeah, Dave Attell, like saying that joke. Jerry Lewis wouldn't say that. His parents loved him, and Roseanne Barr never met her parents.
Okay, well, let's see. Well, Equal Means Equal said Rodney Dangerfield first. So you're saying Rodney as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rodney because that's got that joke where electricity could kill you in the bathtub, and Rodney's an old-timer.
Richard Gaddis says Rodney Dangerfield as well. And
it
is. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recently watched what am I saying? I recently watched a second time within 3 months Back to School.
Oh, yeah. Back to School.
Yeah. Back to School.
Oh, yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield is diving, and he's excellent at it.
It's so good. And also the guy in it, what's his name? Keith? Anyone? David? No. Something Keith?
You mean his
Keith
son?
Gordon. Keith Gordon plays his son.
Mm-hmm.
He's also, you know what other movie he was in?
I don't remember the name of the movie, but it was popular too.
It was called
What was that?
Christine. And it was about the killer car.
The Stephen
Stephen King?
Stephen King book.
Yeah, and it was about that
That
car.
movie was scary.
This kind of nerdy kid gets this car, and it's a Plymouth Fury, I believe. And they play that
With
Bad to the
suicide
Bone
doors.
as it comes off the. I love the beginning that comes off the assembly line. They're playing bad to the bone.
Yeah. And they're showing little clips of the car, like little pieces of it, showing you as they start to come off the assembly line, and then there it is, Christine.
Kamala says directed Christine. I don't think he directed it, but he directed a movie called Midnight Clear, I believe, and also the movie.
Who, Keith Gordon?
Keith Gordon. He's a very good director. He directed the movie where, oh gosh, where the wife dies. It's just an incredible movie. I'm gonna have to look it up because
you just described.
It's the beginning of the movie.
3% of the movies that have been out for the last 8.
I have wanted to get
years.
this guy Keith Gordon on the show. So anybody knows him, we got to get him on the show. He directed Midnight Clear, which is like about the Germans and the Americans. They have like a truce during the war, and then they get together for Christmas, and they have just this wonderful Christmas. And Waking Dead
And they
was
kill
the
each
one.
other? Oh.
And then they go back to killing each other. Yeah, Waking the Dead. That was a great movie as well. Very emotional.
Do you know who else was in Back to School who played his best friend?
His best
Keith
friend.
Gordon.
Oh yeah, that guy. I don't know what his name is though. Tell me.
Funny actor, very corny. He was playing this character for probably like 5-6 years before he started doing more drama. And
Are you trying to make me guess, or?
yeah,
Because,
trying to make you guess.
I don't know. I know there's a blonde guy in there. Blonde guy.
It's funny because he played sidekicks that were corny funny for a while, like 3 to 5 years.
And he guesses
then
in the chat room. And he guesses
Then he
in the chat
finally
room.
got, yep.
Tell me
Then
who.
he
it
finally
is.
got a less than zero.
Oh,
Not finally got
Robert
it,
Downey
but he played a
Jr.
dramatic
Robert Downey
role.
Jr.
A dramatic role. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.
I didn't know he was in Christine.
I thought you knew it when you said Chaplin.
Chaplin. I never said Chaplin.
I thought you just said. Oh, and then he got the role for Chaplin. That's what I thought you just said.
No, but maybe you're
What did
hearing
you say?
voices. Are you hearing voices, Bloss?
Oh, I thought you said Chaplin. I thought you knew who it was.
I think that the lack
Yeah, it
of
was Robert
sleep is
Downey
getting
Jr.
to you. I think maybe you're starting
Robert
to hear
Downey
voices.
Jr.
Okay, one more, and then we have to go into the dance break. I guess because of my act, people think that I say things they want to say, and that they can just come up to me and say anything to me. I guess because of my act, people think that I say things that they want to say, and that they can just come up and say anything to me. Interesting, right?
Ooh.
Okay, Equal Means Equal says Wanda Sykes. Interesting choice.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I feel like Amy Schumer, because people walk up to her and say fucking fucked up shit, and she just thinks like, why is that? They think that's appropriate. But Roseanne Barr, I think she would stop people from talking when they walk. Like if they went, "You're Roseanne Barr,"
Don't talk to me. I'm having dinner with my husband, Tom Arnold.
And we're eating everything on the menu. I'm
So
just saying
don't
that.
talk.
I'm not saying that for any other reason than I think she
Not
used to do
giving
that.
autograph.
I think she used to do that.
Wanda
They'd order
Sykes be like,
everything
"What
on the
makes
menu.
you think that's appropriate?"
I
saying
love your
stuff like that
impressions.
to me.
I didn't know you were so good at impressions, Bloss. We got to have you do more impressions.
I can't.
It's already
I
happening.
can put my
It's already
finger on
happening.
Tommy Moore. Feels like
Tommy Moore was on the show last Friday. What are you talking
That's
about?
what I'm saying. He's been around for a long, He says so much shit, man. I can imagine.
If anybody
walking
has
up
not
to him.
seen Tommy Moore on last Friday's episode, please
Yeah.
rush, don't walk. Check that out. It's really worth watching. I mean, even if you have to leave now and go watch it, I highly recommend it. Lalita says Bar.
Oris.
Says Roseanne Barr.
Lolita says Bar.
CeeLo says Wanda Sykes. Equal Means Equal says Wanda Sykes. And the answer, and this is for the tie, Bloss, you're saying Amy Schumer? Gaddis is
I'm
going
gonna
for
go with Amy
Roseanne
Schumer.
Okay, let's
I'll
see.
go with that. They're spread out already. I don't want to jump on someone's bandwagon.
Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, let's see. Oh.
I'm digging your graphics, Boney.
They're nice, aren't they?
I'm liking
Boney. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
the music
Good job,
and
Boney.
the
Boney's been
tie-dye
really
looking
stepping
kind
it up lately. Stepping it up.
70s groovy background. I
Okay,
like
check this out. Okay. Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, Tommy Moore. Amy Schumer's gone.
She's gone.
And then, of course, Tommy
Gone.
Moore's
She's
gone.
gone.
Congratulations, hummingbirds. You have won again.
CeeLo.
Let's get okay.
Wanda Sykes.
We're gonna have to dance break out and out of here. Thanks everybody for being here today. Thanks Equal Means Equal, Moby Arts. Thank you, the City of West Hollywood. Thanks. We're gonna have to thank Just Jay for this incredible look into the caverns of tarantulas.
Art show at the
Yes.
Vista Park.
Link is
West
in the show
Hollywood.
notes. Get on over there. There's pickleball if you want to play before you go see the art show. And now it's time for the dance break. We just lost Blas. Oh, there he is.
They have a half-court basketball court there too as well.
Yeah, I got one
Beautiful
of your favorite.
park.
I got one of your favorite performers. Drink
Lots
your
of
water,
shade.
people. Your favorites. All right, here we go. Drink some water before you dance. Let's get out of here. Let's do this thing. Let's take everything that
you
we
about to
learned
play
today
one of my favorites?
and bring it into the week with us. Dance break time.
Hey, Richard Gaddis.
Two.
He's got a show coming up in November.
That was so great last week when we played it.
The Rio Brothers.
The Rio Brothers, or as I like to say, the REO Brothers.
This is a good song for this. Roger. Let's go.
When you're gonna get to me, it's kissing me. Is it just a matter of time, Sharona? Is it the destiny? Or is it just a game in my mind, Sharona? Never gonna stop, give it up. Set the duty, but I was living from the touch of a younger kind. Yeah, whoa!
Rock on, hummingbirds. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Super fun. Thanks,
Get to the
Rio
gallery.
Brothers. Get
West
to the
Hollywood.
gallery. We'll see you there.
Friday.
Sharona.
Breaking news. Next time on Lunch Therapy, broken news.